Passengers for flight BA214 to London, please go to gate 89.
14 Pump, turn right, heading 180. Right, 180. Tally is 9 Alpha. Shuttle 14 Pump, turn right 245, report left looking left. Right 245, call you left line to establish, please look left. Shuttle 14 Pump.
The Red Sea Brothers have a very special guest. He's an Arizona Cardinal fan. From across the world, located in the United Kingdom, introducing the British Punter, Martin Brion.
Welcome in. We have a very special guest with us all the way from the UK. He's been playing American football from the age of 16. Welcome in the British punter, Martin Brion. Welcome in, Martin.
Welcome, Martin.
Welcome in.
Hello. Hello, guys.
All right. Well, Martin, we got some questions for you. The first off, I just want to say welcome, man. It's been a pleasure. We've been kind of talking back and forth, so to have you on all the way over in the UK is awesome, man. We want to show this fandom to all our fans out here in Arizona.
Yeah.
So, Martin, first off, I wanted to ask you, how'd you become a fan of the Arizona Cardinals, man? How did you rep our team? It's awesome. We love it.
Amazing.
Okay, so this is probably going to show my age a little bit, but I actually got into American football through playing Madden.
Okay.
It would have been Madden 2001, I think, was the first on the PlayStation 2.
Wow.
I caught a game because back then, like over 20 years ago, American football wasn't really. It's still very niche now, but back then it was only one channel that would kind of show games. So, if you found it, great, but otherwise you wouldn't have known the sport really existed. And I saw a game. It wasn't the Cardinals. I think it was the Miami Dolphins or someone. And I just thought, this sport looks really good. I've got no idea what's going on. I didn't know any of the rules. And I brought, Madden 2001. So that would have been around that year. And didn't really know kind of who was good, who was bad. I remember the Cardinals. I think that was like the Jake Plummer era, kind of coming to the end of that.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah.
So I just liked the Sun Devil Stadium, and I liked the fact that the Cardinals kept like quite a simple design, and there's a bit of history and stuff around them. So I just kind of followed them, and that's kind of how I got into it. And then
That's cool.
That's awesome.
managed to watch the team back in 2017. I've still got my London series mug where we lost to the Rams quite badly, but I had a good time.
Hell yeah.
All right.
So also I wanted to go off of that since we are talking about that game experience. How was your Arizona Cardinals game experience in London? That was 2017, correct? Against the LA Rams.
2017, it was at Twickenham Stadium, the home of British rugby.
Okay.
I prefer Wembley, to be honest, than Twickenham. I think it's kind of showing its age a bit now. The Cardinals were the designated away team. So,
okay.
To be honest, I mean, I've been to the international series games a few times, and that I've been to better games as far as kind of tailgate parties and more events and things to get involved with beforehand. My friend, who's also a Cardinals fan, we kind of just went straight to the game, really. So we didn't really experience like what the NFL put on, especially NFL UK. They tend to put some events on, but I didn't really get involved so much with it. I think it was actually Carson Palmer's last game for us, if I remember.
Yeah, it was Carson at that time. I think that was we had B. I think Bruce Arians was a coach at that time. BA. So was it BA or was it Wilkes? Can't remember in 17. But
do you know what? I can't remember.
It could have been Wilkes.
It was the end of Bruce Arians because Wilkes started in 2018.
Yeah, so it was the end of Arians' era, I believe.
Yeah.
But going off of that, who's your favorite all-time Arizona Cardinal, Martin?
Kurt Warner.
Awesome. That's cool.
That's awesome.
Kurt Warner all the way.
Love it.
To be honest, like, because he was, I suppose, when I first got into the sport, 2001, he was an MVP with St. Louis. And I just liked his story. And I thought, I know we were always kind of seen as a team where players that are maybe past their best kind of go to the desert for two years and then retire. But the way that he came back and was just phenomenal and really just rejuvenated the team. I hosted a Super Bowl party back then when we played the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
And I was obviously devastated that we lost and stuff, but I was also quite proud that, we got there and all the playoff games, the Eagles game, everything just amazing season.
It was an epic year. That was an epic year.
Epic year.
Absolutely. Yeah. 100%. So, going off of that too, with you have an all-time favorite. Who's your current favorite Arizona Cardinal right now that's currently playing?
Current flow. I'd have to say James Conner. I think he's really.
There you go, JC.
Right. He's really kind of, because I'll be honest. Mm-hmm. It wasn't a particularly good season for us this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's true.
You're right.
But he really did show like great ability. Like considering we weren't there, he still powered through. And I don't think running backs get much respect these days now. I think it's kind of
I mean, for him to be on a team that's 4-13, going 1,040 yards for the season, that's amazing. Who does that? So
exactly.
So that shows it. Kind of tail backing off of that. What did you think about this year's season so far? I mean, since it's over, what did you think as far as being a fan and watching, everything kind of happen from Keim, and Cliff getting fired and moving on to this new regime, and then JG coming in with Monty, and what do you think? Yeah. How do you think we did by watching that? From your perspective.
I think Cliff did have to go. I think it was his time to kind of leave. Mm-hmm. I wasn't very impressed. There were games early on we should have won.
Yeah, agreed.
True. Agree.
And I think had we have won those games, I think we probably could have had a bit more of a push when Kyler came back.
Yeah, for sure.
But the last few games, there was a bit more potential. I think winning, thought we were going to win on Sunday. That was unfortunate.
Yeah. Trust me, I was. Yeah, I'm in the same thing with you, man. It's I don't know if you've heard the saying, the cardiac cards.
Yes.
I swear we're all clutching our hearts literally every time the clock is at what is it, 2 seconds left or whatever.
The last 2 minutes. Yeah.
Always. So
I think for a lot of the games, it was the fourth quarter. We just seemed to fall apart, and games that we should have won, and I think we didn't have. I think there was too much faith put in Kyler Murray, and when he got injured, we didn't have a contingency plan.
Yeah,
and that was very clear. And I've always
agreed, sure.
I say it to my friends quite often. I mean, you really do need a good backup QB, because you look at like the situation. I'm following, obviously, Joe Flacco. I really respect how he's just come back.
Yep.
And he's taken the Browns, into the playoffs and stuff. We could have been a playoff team potentially, but we had absolutely no contingency.
Yep.
And that ultimately cost us the season. So,
yep, it did.
I wholeheartedly agree with you. We totally could have been, especially those close games like New York and those other games.
Yeah.
That we were within 3 points. So yeah, I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah, we were in it. And so going off of that, you speak a little bit about Kyler Murray. What's your opinion on Kyler Murray? Do you think he's our future quarterback for our future? Do you think he's the quarterback for this team?
I do. Yeah, I do. I would say next season will be the true test for him, whether or not he will then move on afterwards. I think he came back and he played well. I think he played better than I think a lot of people were expecting.
Yep.
Had he have not done that, I think we would have been looking potentially at a draft trade or
I think he's
drafting a QB. I think he saved himself for another season.
Oh, that Philly game! That Philly game. I think it solidified his thing all the way through that.
His
Philly
tenure,
game,
for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. So going off of that, do you since the draft is coming up here, coming up? I don't know if you over in the UK, if you guys are going to be able to get the NFL draft. Do they broadcast it because the NFL has ties with you? Will you guys be able to watch the draft over there here in April?
I usually watch the kind of YouTube highlight package.
Okay.
A lot of us do, because obviously it's on at
I don't know,
probably 3 o'clock in the morning for us now. So the NFL Network, they do a condensed highlight package of who's drafted who, and so personally I tend to kind of watch it off the back of that.
Okay, so
as opposed to sitting there and watching the whole draft.
Okay. So going off of that, do you have a future prospect player that you want the Cardinals to draft this upcoming draft in April? Do you have somebody that you think we should go after? Have you been kind of following new players?
To be honest, the college game I don't follow so much. I tend to be more interested in the NFL and the now UFL and the pro leagues more than the college.
Because there's so many.
Yeah, I mean, come February, March, I start to read the mock drafts and see who the experts are kind of pushing for, and do a bit of research that way. But yeah, I don't follow the college football season.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's okay. You don't have to. Yeah. I don't usually do it either. We kind of just start following when our players, and we kind of start getting in line. So. Chris and I, we've been going over discussions on who we would like to see come in and who we think that some good weapons for Kyler to have on the team as well.
Yeah. Sure. I think we definitely need a receiver. That's got to be near the top of the list.
Yeah, agreed. I think we're looking at Marvin Harrison Jr. If you ever get some time, look at that prospect. He's amazing. So hopefully,
if he's as good as his dad, then.
From the Colts. Yeah.
I
hope so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I hope we get that. That would just solidify. I mean, not only Kyler, but that would definitely solidify it for us too as well. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, nice little gift. Yep. All right. So going off of that here, my notes say that you've been playing American football at the age of 16. What got you into American football around that age, being from the UK?
So growing up, I played football or soccer, as you guys call it. When you're British, you pretty much you play soccer. That's
Okay.
a birthright. It's a given. And I played at quite a high level as a teenager. I was a goalkeeper.
Very cool.
Okay, cool, awesome.
And I had trials for Leicester City when I was 14.
Oh, wow.
Didn't quite make the team, but you know, I played to quite a high standard.
Great.
And then as a result of kind of getting into American football through Madden and watching it on Sky Sports as we have here, I wanted to play it. So I got involved with teaching myself how to try and kick a ball. Obviously back then there was no YouTube, there was nothing like that. So what I used to do is video record games and literally sit there and rewind and play and just sit really close to the screen and try and watch what these guys were doing.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's amazing, man.
Around that time, I become really kind of intrigued with the kicking side of things. I think obviously being British and being a footballer here, you kind of, that appeals to you because naturally we like to kick a ball here. So hence why I've got Bill Grammatica on my wall.
That's awesome.
I was seeing that. I was like, yeah, man.
Yeah, and Scott Player as well. Just to me, they're absolute legends because growing up, they were kind of, I suppose, famous kickers and punters to me because I played with them on Madden.
Yeah, that's cool. Heck yeah.
So I brought a ball. I mean, it was I think like fake leather. They'd call it like a composite football. And I just used to go to my local rugby club and would just kick at rugby goalposts, which I still do now. And found a team. I played for London for a couple of years and also played for England when I was 16. Nice. And we played Scotland. I was involved in the Great Britain youth setup, and back then we had the Scottish Claymores in NFL Europe. So the Great Britain team had really good coaches off the back of the Claymores, and I got to kick with the Claymores kicker Rob Hart. Just really, really good experiences, and through that I met Olindo Mare, who was the Miami Dolphins kicker.
That's awesome.
He came to London to work for Sky Sports, and I got to meet him and see him, you know, kick in real life. And as a 17-year-old, it was amazing because we just didn't get NFL players come to England for anything. You know, it's really taken off in the last kind of, I'd say, 15 years. I've really noticed the popularity, and even walking through, I live in Birmingham at the moment, but walking through the city centre, you start to see people wearing NFL merchandise and baseball caps and hoodies and stuff. And you never saw that when I was 16, 17.
That's amazing. You know, so that's great.
It is really kind of growing and getting more popular.
So, like the fan base, like, so if you're wearing Cardinal stuff, do you ever walk by anybody wearing Cardinals or like holler at them? Like, do you guys, is there that kind of, because like over here in the States, we see it all the time. And so like we wear our gear all the time, and we might walk by like a Niners fan and, you know, we kind of throw a little shade over there. They throw a little shade over there. I didn't know, is that the same type, or is it more of a mutual respect for the NFL? And then you guys just kind of pick your teams that you like or that you've watched or kind of grew
it's
up
more
with?
of a mutual respect as opposed to like being rivals. You acknowledge that you like the same sport because we're still very much a niche sport here. So
Chris and I, if we came over, we went to a pub wearing our our gear, we're not going to get harassed by like Cowboys fans. We're just going to be friends with everyone, right? Is that kind of how I love?
Yeah.
I love that culture. I think that's
amazing.
it's
Yeah,
amazing
that's
culture
great.
over there.
And that's what the international series games are like. I mean, for example, Wembley is, I think, 88,000, 90,000. It usually does sell out.
Wow.
Out of the 90,000, you would have probably 15,000 that actually support the teams that are playing that day.
Okay,
and then the rest are just NFL fans. You notice, I would say, the Packers, the Dolphins, they've got a very big fan base here.
Okay.
Packers.
Cowboys fans are quite kind of popular.
Dolphins.
Here.
I wonder why Miami Dolphins. That's
interesting.
I mean, that's interesting. That's interesting. Ace Ventura
it's Dan Marino.
It's Dan Marino brought it over with the movie. It is. That's awesome. I don't know if you saw our little clip of Ace Ventura. We did a little short on YouTube with him when he was beating up the eagle at the end. For the end, we did a little short for that because we have to get something relatable to everybody. Hey, Martin, I just want to ask you again: are you currently playing for anything, or because I know that I saw you on we watch your YouTube. I follow you, and you did some tryouts. I mean, you said something about the Birmingham Bulls. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So in England, American football is totally amateur. We don't have any professional teams. It costs a few £100s for us to register and pay for insurance, things like that every year.
Oh wow!
Wow. Okay.
I've been following very closely the European League of Football. I don't know if you guys are kind of familiar.
We're
I'm not. Yeah.
Okay, so it was about three years ago. You had a new professional European league, and off of the back of that, they restarted some of the old NFL Europe teams.
Okay.
There's no NFL affiliation though, so this is purely a European only kind of thing. But for a bit of brand recognition, they've like the Frankfurt Galaxy and the Rhine Fire, they're back and they're playing, and that's getting more and more popular now every year.
That's cool.
I know that the season just gone, Hamburg got 32,000 fans.
Wow.
In Germany for a game.
That's great.
Yeah, so
that's really good for you guys.
It's really kind of growing. Yeah.
So do they send NFL scouts out there for you guys? Like, do you want to play in the NFL? I mean, is that or no?
Oh,
is this
no,
just kind of just for you're doing this just for fun?
I'm 37.
Yeah. Well,
why do you think I punt?
Yeah, but I mean, but you can come on. I mean, punters. I mean, I don't know.
They'll last till like 43, I think.
Yeah. We got punters that are out there that are.
That's my goal, Chris. Yeah, 43, 44. Yeah.
You're done. You got about 4 years in you.
Yeah. Well, I went to Stuttgart in November, and that was for a professional trial. Unfortunately, they wanted me to play another position, not just be a punter. So I'm quite limited in that regard. So I've been working a lot on my field goal kicking and that kind of thing. And I might see if there's an opportunity crop up during the season. But that league is really growing, and at the moment it is. With kind of Germany and Austria, they're the two countries where if you're serious about playing in Europe, you go there ultimately.
Martin, I got a question for you real quick because we're gonna be closing up here. We're about our 5-minute mark before it shuts us down on Zoom.
Sure.
But real quick, I have a question for you about your gear, man. Do you wear a certain thing? Do you gear up for game days? Do you have a certain ritual over here in the States? Everyone will wear. I don't know if you've seen all our fans, but like my brother and I, we have our 76 jerseys with our Gilbert name in the back. We wear certain things. Do you you wear something during game days?
Well, I have my own jersey.
Okay.
I rock number 3. I've just always liked that number, and it's a proper kicker number. So
nice.
Yeah, I've got my own jersey. I've got like I suppose you call it a kicker's face mask, where I can see the ball a lot better, which I don't think many people in the country wear those.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, we kind of get now all the equipment that you guys would get, as opposed to 20 years ago when I first started playing. There was only really one shop you could buy things from. Now there's loads, you know.
Okay, but more along. I think that thanks for answering that question. But more along on your fandom for the Cardinals when the Cardinals play on game day. So like on Sundays when they play, they have a game.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's still, you answered a question on that part. It was my fault. I should have been a little clearer. Yeah. So like, what do you wear? Like your fan gear? Do you have a certain thing that you wear, or to make them win?
A ritual?
A ritual? Anything that you do to cheer on the Cardinals? That's what we're trying.
I wouldn't say I have a ritual, but I do have a few kind of Cardinals clothing things. I will be buying the new jersey, which
nice.
I'd really like. It was time for a change, so I'll be getting that soon on the off season. I've got like hoodies and jumpers and that kind of thing. Usually wear those.
Nice. Maybe you could rock the number 3 if you buy that new jersey. You could get a Buda Baker.
Yeah, definitely worth a thought. Yeah.
There you go. Very cool, very cool. And then I have one last question. I'm just curious, since you've been working on your field goal game, what's the longest field goal kick you've ever kicked? What's the longest you've made?
In practice, I've made a 58-yarder.
Oh, nice. That's solid.
Wow, solid kick, man. 58 yards.
That's a great accolade.
I would say I'm definitely a stronger punter than I am a kicker.
I've seen your punts, and I saw that one punt that you did that you made right on the 1 yard line. That was great. That was fantastic.
That was the last game of last season.
Yeah, that was great. I was like, wow, what a kick. Yeah, nice work on that one.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you. I enjoy your channel as well, and it's just about growing and, you know, promoting the Cardinals, and you know, it's
that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to get a hold of the fans. You know, we our fan base. I want to grow our fan base, and that's why Chris and I decided to come on, and we wanted to touch base not only with people across, across the seas, but everywhere. There are hidden Cardinal fans. We're trying to touch base. We want to bring them out. That's why we ask you these questions. We love fans. Like I said, we're fans of fans. So
yeah,
we love it, man.
No, it's great. It's just great to kind of speak to and see other Cardinals fans, because we really are a minority, especially here in England. You could go city to city and you might not find us, but we are out there. So no, it's really good.
And that's why that's why with this episode, we want to kind of put that out there too, just to say, if there are anybody watching this or any of your friends watching this, they want to get a hold of us. We want you on our show. We want to get a hold of you. Because maybe one day we can get you out here to get a real fan experience, get you on a plane. We got some guys we can get you to tailgate with. We'll show you the whole fan experience. We'll get you into a game experience. Come hang out with us. We'd love to do that.
I've always said, for my 40th birthday, I want to spend it in Arizona. That is like my dream.
Well, guess what? We're gonna make it happen. And when you come out there, you're gonna be with us, man. We'll take you around. We're Arizona natives, man. Born and raised here, so we'll take you all around.
Excellent. No, I can't wait. That'll be brilliant.
So, all right, Chris.
Before we go, would you like to plug your YouTube channel for everyone else to make sure that they go out there and follow you and kind of follow the British Punter?
Yeah, sure. So that is my channel, the British Punter. It's kind of a mix of some game footage. My season starts in April, so I try and upload as much game footage as I can. I'm going to be working with other UK-based podcasters, and we're going to be doing some kind of challenge videos, and I'm
Nice.
just going to be mixing up a lot of the content for this year. It's not going to be just me at the rugby club on my own, punting. There's going to be a lot more kind of different videos coming up for this year, which, stay tuned.
All right.
Thank you.